dive straight into our major conversation for tonight. And it's about the main opposition party in Nigeria, the People's Democratic Party. The Court of Appeal, sitting in Port Harcourt today, dismissed an application challenging the suspension of Mr. Uche Secondus from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. A panel of 3 justices led by Justice Haruna Samani struck out the suit during its sitting in the Rivers State capital. The court sitting also adjourned to Thursday the argument on the application seeking to stop the People's Democratic Party from conducting its national convention this weekend. The PDP had filed the application at the appellate court to test the validity of Secondus' suspension from the main opposition party. In its judgment delivered on the 10th of September, a high court in Rivers affirmed the suspension of Secondus from the party at his ward in Ikuru town in Andoni local government area of the state. Meanwhile, the leadership of the PDP is obviously not backing down with preparations for the convention amidst palpable fear of a judicial pronouncement that could affect the planned convention. Addressing journalists after a meeting of the Convention Accreditation Committee in Abuja, the governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, says the convention will hold notwithstanding the matter in court, maintaining that the PDP knows how to sort itself out of such crises. Meanwhile, the Convention Screening Appeal Committee, headed by former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekwuemadu, commenced hearing on petitions from aggrieved members who were screened out of the race by the Convention Screening Committee.
Haven't put all these things in place, we will not be reassured that the rest of the work is what we have to do to ensure an accreditation process that is integrity-based. I use the word integrity because it's very important for us. We do not want to get into the convention ground to see persons coming in to vote who ordinarily shouldn't have been in a position to cast their votes. That would definitely discredit us, and we would want to avoid all such. So as I welcome you, and as you listen to the National Organizing Secretary, please, everybody must free up their mind that if you're going to work, it's not compulsory, you're a member of the committee, but if you want to work, you must be ready to work with a sincere heart. There is just no room for us to do things in the unusual manner. We must do things in the way it ought to be. And it's going to be a lot of commitment to our party. It's not about self-gain, because there's no self-gain in this. It's not a presidential election. It is likely a party election. It's not a presidential election. So whatever we're going to do is out of our commitment to the party and to ensure that our party stands on a strong footing.
Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, governor of Delta State, and you heard him there. But look, the party, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa was saying that the party knows how to resolve its issues. They know how to sort itself out. But this situation is out of the party's hands. It's in the courtroom. What happens if the court on Thursday, 2 days or 3 days before the convention, says you cannot go ahead with the national convention? What happens? Perhaps it's not the first time the PDP is experiencing this sort of court cases. And that's the reason why tonight we have the governor of Adamawa State and the chairman of the PDP National Convention Planning Committee, Governor Amadu Fintiri. He joins us live in the studio here. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Are you worried that the Thursday judgment might impact on the Sunday convention?
Not at all. Because, like my colleague from Delta said, we always have our mechanism internally to always take up issues. And you know, PDP always strive better in turbulence period. We've experienced several of it, and we've come out of it smooth. And I think this is not going to be different. But all the same, I don't think we'll expect something that will put out in a serious jeopardy at the court, because the court is there for Nigerians and the public. If you look at the prayers of the suspended chairman, he is praying that the convention be suspended. At the same time, he's also asking for him to come and preside over the convention. So it tells you that the convention is not tied around one individual. This convention is bigger than the chairman, and it was constituted by NEC, but all the same, he has a role to play if the court so decide that he comes back and preside over the convention. He has a role constitutionally where he will perform some function at the convention. But other than that, I think the convention is beyond even the National Working Committee. The convention committee was constituted by the neck of our party, and we will work on the terms and references based on our guideline to produce credible incoming national convention. And by any way, there's nowhere that we have truncated anybody's tenure in this process. We're only going to have an early convention that will produce the new National Working Committee, and by which in December they will have a transition and handover power in the
Governor Fintiri, I love your optimism, and I know because you've spent a lot of nights burning candles to be able to make sure that this comes out successful. And you're not, in fact, the thought of having this process cancelled for you is going to be a nightmare. And I guess the reason for your optimism. But out of the courtroom, anything can happen.
Yeah.
It can go either way.
Yes.
It can go in the way of the party. It can go in the way of Prince Uche Secondus. So, and that's why I'm asking if you have an alternative plan. Your members who probably have been finding their ways to Abuja, some of your members have been in Abuja planning this convention.
Of course.
What would you do if, for example, on Thursday afternoon, the court says, stop the convention?
We'll go back to drawing board and call NEC and take our decision. I think at the moment, if we're not opportune to have the convention, the NEC still remains the highest decision body of the party. But if we eventually get into the convention, I think the convention also have the superior power to take a decision on behalf of the party. So I think we'll always find our way out.
How difficult is it to convince Prince Uche Secondus to drop the case in court? Because, I mean, the question is that because the story that went around was that there were pressure on him to drop the case. Were you truly talking to him?
Actually, I was not one of them because I have given an assignment by the National Executive Council of my party, and I've been working. You know, this job was given to us in the last 6 weeks, and we're asked to deliver. And we've been working on it. We have not asked for time extension, and you can see all hands are on deck, preparations are top gear, high speed, for us to deliver on the 30th and 31st of October, which is our timeline given by the neck of the party. And we are working towards that, and that has been my concern, and I'm prepared to deliver on that date.
Mrs. Secondus is your friend, your chairman.
Yes, yes.
I do think that for some reasons you probably would have engaged with him. What is his grievance?
Like I said, my primary assignment is to ensure that I prepare and deliver on the convention of the party, which will give birth to a new working national committee. And that has been my concern in the last 6 weeks. The party had other governors that were constituted to go and mediate as far as the matter is concerned. And that matter has not been brought to our attention, and I don't think it is proper for me to indulge into what I am not.
It does not look like that their mediation worked, because if it does, a court will not be ruling on the matter today.
Yes, but like I said, my primary concern at the moment is to see that I deliver a fair and credible convention for the party.
Are you not
and if you can see...
Yeah, but Governor, are you not looking at things that might impact? Because if you are building a house and there is an imminent storm, won't you be preparing for that?
PDP is a big party, is a very big umbrella. There will have a lot of people within it that can handle several matters. And as I'm talking to you, I have told you that there are other governors that have been assigned that responsibility.
But what is the update, sir, about the mediation?
I think Thursday is not yet here. Between today and tomorrow, anything can happen. Probably if we meet here with you again on Thursday evening, we'll be talking something different.
Is there a possibility that Mr. Secondus might change his mind?
Anybody can change his mind in this party because the party has done a lot for all of us.
Does the party, Governor, see or feel that you have hurt Uche Secondus or you have badly treated him?
I think it's not about the party. It is a local issue that you are trying to make it more bigger, to look like a national.
Is it not? It's a local issue, yes.
Yes.
But it's affecting the national.
It's affecting us. That is also because the party has gone ahead to prepare for her convention. The party has done more than enough for any one of us. And I think it is high time that all of us should give back to the party. And that is why we've made a lot of sacrifice to ensure that we prepare a convention within just 6 weeks.
But, I mean, Uche Secondus will come down in as the first national chairman of your party to have seen through his term, his tenure in office, without any glitch. That could have happened easily, if not because of a situation which pushed him to the sideline. And the question I was asking is, a fundamental part of our laws talked about the dignity of humanity. How people feel in an association. If it doesn't feel well, if it doesn't feel better treated for a party that is sacrificed for. But is there anything that the party feel wrongly about him?
I think, like I told you, and which you have also said at the beginning of this conversation, you said it is an issue that emanated from Andoni. If today the party feels I have offended her or have contravened in any of her provision and they suspend me in Madagali, so be it. And that cannot become a national matter. I think we are overheating this matter to make it national. I think that is also coming more from the media and also the power that feels, the party that feels threatened by our new strength that is emerging.
You think the party is being threatened now?
Yeah.
Which party is that?
Of course, the APC have felt threatened.
How? Why do you think they feel threatened?
Because of their failure.
Oh, have they
failed? Yes, and they can see that we are gathering momentum, we are coming together, and we are charting a new course to take over government in 2023.
You said failure.
Yeah.
What do you mean by failure? Can you
failure
explain
in all facets of life. Are you happy with the economy? Are you happy with the security? Are you happy with the development of infrastructure in this country, with all that has been spent on it? You are not happy, I am not happy, and Nigerians are not happy. And that is why we have called for this early convention, so that we can strengthen the party Nigerians believe in, which has given them what they wanted in the last 16 years. Yes, we are not saying we have not offended Nigerians,
party,
of course. Even you believe in our party.
No, I don't think
believe
so.
In 2023, if you are given the opportunity to cast your vote, this time around, you will cast your vote for PDP.
Unfortunately, I don't vote at elections because I'm on duty.
You will be on duty, but you will influence others to vote for PDP.
No, you never can tell because I wouldn't do that. I'm just
because I know how you feel. Are you happy now?
You don't know how I feel,
Can you tell me
Governor?
if you're happy?
No, you don't know. But
please, can I put this question to you?
No, because I'm the one asking the question, Governor. So the point here is when you say the APC has failed and Nigerians believe in your party, what gives you the assurance that Nigerians
I think on this matter of Nigeria, both of us should be moderating this program. I should be asking you some of these questions.
Governor, I'm the moderator of the program.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're my guest. You're supposed to be answering the question.
We are talking about Nigeria this time.
Oh, you are a governor.
And
you should be able to tell us whether or not Nigerians believe in your party. Yeah. This is a party that Nigerians voted out in 2015 and 2019.
Yes, because they also wanted to have the test of the other people. And they know how they feel today. You don't need to ask Nigerians how they feel. It is worst. Worst.
And your party can fix it?
Of course. We have learned our lesson. And we have credible people that can fix this country in our party who are vying for the position of the president.
You think your party has failed Nigerians once, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it's natural that people, even if you are doing your best, they will think at that time you are not at the top of it. And they can decide to go the other way, which is good in democracy. But again, today, there is basis for comparison. They can put side by side two parties that had opportunity of occupying the office of the presidency in this country. And you and me can tell Nigerians today that the other one that they voted out yesterday is better than the one they're experiencing today.
But the voters,
and they are all ready again to bring them back so that they can continue with the good programs and policies that we have initiated. Check all the good policies that were initiated in this country, from Obasanjo to Jonathan. They have delivered this country. We have handed country that all of us can testify that is better. Today it is worse. Can you move by road to Abeokuta or Ibadan or Lagos? Sure. Can I travel by road as we used to be from here to Maiduguri? Can we travel by road to Zamfara? Just 3 days ago, youth couples were kidnapped on their road to Zamfara to go and report in the camp. The whole country is at war with itself. We're at the crossroad.
And you think your party has the solution?
Of course, we have.
And you have the kind of people that can do the job.
Very soon, we will put in new executive that would be headed by former Senate President, Chief Ayocha Ayo, who we all know have the intellectual capacity and integrity to unify and bring on programs and policies in our manifesto that, if delivered, we will do more than what we have done in the last 16 years. And I think we will come to stay when we come back in 2023.
Are you a supporter of Atiku Abubakar? He's from your state.
I'm a supporter of everybody.
You don't
and
support
he's a
Atiku
leader.
Abubakar?
He is my father. He is a leader to everybody in PDP. He is our last presidential candidate. And if given the opportunity again, I will support him.
But as he told you, he's going to run.
Of course, by every intention that you can read all over, you know that he has the experience and the intelligence to run and win the election and deliver properly.
Has he told you that he's going to run for president?
Of course, we'll discuss that with him. You know, Shehu, I don't like media men putting me on the forefront to tell them who I will support. I was trying to moderate this program, and you said, no, you are the moderator.
You cannot moderate.
So when
yes,
I want
your job is the job of a governor.
So
my own job, which I'm being paid to do,
yes,
is the job of a journalist.
So as a politician and as a leader, when I want to support a candidate, I will invite you for a press conference, or you will see me now campaigning for that person, and you'll be able to tell where my support is. But for you to sit down today and ask me where I belong, when you already know that I have a very good relationship with Atiku Abubakar, if he is given the ticket by my party, I will not deny him. I will ensure that I deliver him and I walk across this country to sell him and market him to every Nigerian that will believe in him and also believe in me.
So, I mean, capacity for me as a person is very key. I mean, more than any issue of ethnicity or religion or anything. I believe that so much. But your party has entrenched the issue of zoning. You say you are going to support Atiku Abubakar. Does that validate the concept and the principle of zoning and rotation that your party had preached and brought into the Nigerian politics?
We have just zoned the party offices. We'll soon again come back to take decision on the presidency. And Fintiri alone does not constitute the body that will take decision on the zoning of the presidency for my party.
I thought
I'm going to be part of it.
I thought you threw it open.
Of course,
the presidency can come from every zone.
I so wish that it will become open, because the problem of Nigeria today is not about zoning. It is for us to look for a credible candidate anywhere that person comes from, irrespective of his religion or tribe or the region he comes from. What me and you are after, and Nigerians today, is to have a good leader a good leader that will be able to deliver on our economy, a good leader that will be able to deliver on our security, a good leader that will impact on human development, a good leader that will be able to deploy the kind of infrastructure that we need in this country that can roll out the economy properly so that the country can take its position in the Committee of Nations.
So, as it stands right now, the issue of organizing the National Convention is on one hand. The issue of reconciling members of the party is another issue that is really the party members are battling with. How far have you gone with the issue of reconciliation? There's a reconciliation committee.
I think our party is not too bad. The leaders are together. And if you can see it, each time we expect trouble out of our party, we come out better and better. And as of today, all of us are only concerned with the convention. And we are top gear. You can see all the governors of PDP are in town, and we are heading all the subcommittees where we've been going around also to ensure that we create synergy and ensure that every subcommittee delivers on their assignment so that we can have a successful convention.
Okay.
So I think we should be downplaying the issue of reconciliation. Yes. Even smaller,
because your party is at war with itself.
Even smaller families have issues to be reconciled. Not to talk of a bigger party. Sherwood, this is one of the biggest parties in the sub-Saharan Africa. So if there are smaller problems and issues that needs reconciliation, I think it's not out of place.
All right.
And
Governor,
it's expected.
Yeah. You were talking about your party as though that's the best thing that's happened to Nigeria. For 16 years or more,
yeah,
Nigerians have tasted what you could offer.
Yeah.
The APC have held sway for another 6 years.
Yeah.
So the question is, for all you're saying and what you're telling Nigerians, what would your party do differently should it come into office or be given another opportunity?
Yes, we will take our experience of 16 years and take the misdeed and the experience that we will learn from the 8 years of the APC and marry them, and that will help our leader to deliver on what Nigerians need in this country, particularly the youth. We need to build a future for them. And that is the concern of my party as of today. We're building a document, and that document, by the time we launch it, Nigerians will know that, yes, PDP has learned her lesson, and we are ready to deliver on what Nigerians need that will make us better in the Committee of Nations.
So there is a very popular proverb where I come from, that if you're going to dress someone up, you've got to actually look at how you are dressed. Yes. So the question is, if the PDP have these plans, we have to look at how you have organized yourself, how you have been able to put yourself together.
Yeah.
What gives us the signal, the confidence that if the PDP is saying they want to come back to power and they can fix Nigeria's problem, are they able to organize themselves? Isn't that a big question?
Yeah. Are you specifically asking me what I'm doing in my state?
No, I'm saying if the PDP is saying that they want to come back into power,
yes,
and the national level,
yes,
at the national level,
yes,
the question is, how have you been able to organize your own little party, not to talk about the entirety of Nigeria?
So you are in this country, and you know that organizing this convention was given to us in less than 6 weeks. And here we are today about to deliver. The APC convention has been going on for more than 2 years, and they could not even up till now finish with the crisis that has been generated in their ward and state congresses. So from here, you will know that which party is well prepared and ready to take up power in 2023.
So from the organization of
yes,
your convention, you're
yes,
telling us that you are able to, you're capable,
yes,
of handling the situation in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because no matter how small you are able to, if you are not able to organize your party, you can't fix Nigeria. APC is out of hands of all their members. And they are scattered all over the country.
And you know what the APC said when they got into government?
Yes.
They said they discovered that PDP just stole the nation's money and just spent it the way they wanted. Those are the allegations. That APC said they got into office and they saw that monies were being shared.
And you believe them?
That's what the government said.
But did you
They have
blame
the
them?
records.
But did you
We reported them.
Did you interview them?
We interviewed them.
Did you go out to
they gave
carry
us
out the
facts.
research
They
on
went to court. Some of your members were taken to court.
And some of them that went to court and they come to APC, what happened to them?
More say they are going. Are you aware?
I'm not aware.
That the APC is saying more of your members are
more
coming
of them
to
are coming here.
Oh, you have?
Next tomorrow we are receiving Mimiko from Ondo.
Mimiko is not from APC.
Wherever he is, but then he is not in PDP. Then we are receiving him. And going forward, with the fallout in their congresses, you and me know that people have gone to APC to seek for patronage. And it is getting to the crossroad. And now they will start coming back. A lot of their members will start coming back as a fallout from their congresses. You know it from experience.
Governor, you already lost 3 of your members, of your colleagues,
yes.
governors, from the PDP to the APC. 3 of them.
Are you judging the winning election in Nigeria is on the strength of numbers of governors?
Governor, you
APC,
are the leader
PDP,
of your party in your state.
PDP lost government in 2015 when they had over 20 governors. Do you win election on the strength of governors?
So as a leader of your party in your state, Governor, if you leave your party today, you don't think it will destabilize the party?
Yes, I will destabilize the party because I have performed credibly well. There's a good governance in my state. I'm delivering on all the needs of my state, from human development to managing the security, which I will keep it covered, to deploying infrastructure. Go to Adama. On the street, you will tell the story.
What has changed?
Go and ask the people. They will tell you.
What has changed? What testimony do you have?
We have built on a lot of infrastructure. We have built on more than 7 new cottage hospitals. We have upgraded more than 5 general hospitals. We have built over 5,000 classrooms. We have supplied more than all instructional materials to our schools, which was hitherto not there for our students and teachers. We are paying salary as at when due. We are building roads in almost all the local governments. We are building roads of over 550 kilometers in rural areas that has been completed. So what else do you need?
How many of the IDPs have you safely returned back to their community?
I have, as of today, I don't have IDPs in my state. They have all been integrated back into their community. So is that not a performance? When we came, our schools, even the chalk are being bought at a point. Schools have started painting their blackboards into white so that they can use charcoal. Go to Adamawa today. The students don't pay school fees. They don't pay for their feeding fee. They don't pay for their work. They don't pay for their NECO. We give our students in tertiary institutions scholarship. Is that not a performance? From what we inherited from the APC government in Adamawa State?
Do you think you are better?
Far better. And I will continue to do my best. It's not yet over. I think what I will do in the next coming years will even be better than what I have done. Because I know my people have suffered enough. So they deserve the best. Yes, we have challenges of finance. But again, we have, at least by now, we have innovated what we call the agro-business program in Adamawa that will give birth to more IGR. So that we will continue to do these things that have...
On a final note, on the issue of security, banditry, Boko Haram, I mean, your state has had the share of Boko Haram attacks. Some governors are saying, declare these bandits terrorists. What's your view on that?
You know, I don't have banditry in my state, so I don't know how it is. But I have Boko Haram that has been declared terrorist in my state.
Or do you think bandits should be declared terrorists?
With the effort we have put with the armed forces, the police, and the local hunters and vigilante, I think we've been able to manage and tame them well. And it's becoming a story.
Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, Governor of Adamawa State and the Chairman of the PDP National Convention Committee. Thank you so much for your time tonight. It's a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.